Dear friends in Jesus Christ, we are entering the 12th class, the 12th episode of our Bible study series, Sandom Bible Study Series. The last episode, we are trying to see the book of Genesis. And it has got two sections, we have said, primeval history or prehistory and patriarchal history. Primeval history we saw a little bit, and we are trying to enter the patriarchal history. Patriarchal history, by patriarchal history we mean chapters 12 to 50 of the book of Genesis. Chapters 12 to 50. This section is mainly the story about three patriarchs: Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, plus the stories about Joseph. So the main characters in this section are three patriarchs: Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. And a fourth figure is Joseph. We have stories about Joseph. Here we have mainly two cycles, means a lot of stories around one person. That's known as a cycle. So we have an Abraham cycle and a Jacob cycle. All there are three patriarchs. And there is no cycle named as Isaac cycle, because the stories about him are just spread out in the other two sections. So when we learn about Isaac, we had to pick up bits and pieces from other sections. We do not have a cycle of stories. Then let us think about the content in detail. Abraham cycle, chapters 12, 1 to 25, 18. Chapters 12, 1 to 25, 18 is Abraham cycle. The main figure in the cycle is Abraham. The stories about his life are narrated in this section, Abraham cycle. Then we have Isaac narratives, but we cannot pinpoint a particular passage because these narratives, these stories are spread out in the other two sections. So we have to pick up one section, one incident from here, another incident from another place. Like that we make up a story of Isaac. Then we have Jacob cycle, that is 25, 19 to 36, 43. 25, 19 to 46, 36, 43. That is another cycle. And the main figure is Jacob and his adventures, his stories and so on. Then we have Esau's story. Esau's story also we cannot pinpoint a particular passage, particular section of the book of Genesis. His story is to be picked up from the story of Jacob, from the Jacob cycle. From here on, there is no continuous story, bits and pieces from various places. Then we have the Joseph narratives. It is not considered as a cycle, he is not a patriarch, but an important figure in the book of Genesis. Joseph stories, we have chapter 37. Then chapter 38 is not about Joseph, it is about the story of Judah and Tamar. That breaks this story in chapter 38, breaks the narratives of Joseph. So Joseph's story, 37, then going over to chapter 39, 1 to 47, 26. That is Joseph's stories. Then finally we have supplement to Joseph's stories, that is 47, 27 to 50, 26. 47, 27 to 50, 26. These are the patriarchal narratives, patriarchal section. Anyway, so this book of Genesis, having these two sections, speak about the origin of the world. According to the book of Genesis, everything in the world, every being in the world has its origin from God. God is the creator of all. Living beings and non-living beings, everything in the world is created by God. And God has created man as crown of creation in his own image and likeness. That's an important content or message of this book. Everything is created by God, and man is created in God's own image and likeness. After creating man, God provided for him everything that was necessary, but unlimited human ambition led him to sin against God, against his creator. Human selfishness perpetuated sin in the world. Unlimited ambition led to sin, and human selfishness perpetuated sin in the world. God gave human beings warnings against sinning and gave repeated punishments. In spite of that, human beings went on living in sin. God entered into covenants with the patriarchs and gave them promises. Abraham was chosen as the agent of blessing to the whole humankind, and he became a foreshadow of Jesus, who was the chosen one of God to be a blessing to the whole humanity, entire humanity. Abraham foreshadowed Jesus. Abraham was an agent of blessing. Jesus, really the source of blessing to all humankind. Then we have another figure who foreshadowed Jesus in the book of Genesis. That's Joseph. He was sold to the Egyptians by his own brothers, but later he became their savior. Similarly, Jesus was handed over to the Romans to be crucified by them, and he became the savior of all human beings. So the very first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis, points towards a future event. The future event of salvation, redemption brought by Jesus. Let us study the Bible in detail in the coming episodes. May God bless you all.